Hello YouTube, I'm back to just run through the latest updates from Samsung for the Gear S3. I think they released this firmware on Tuesday, which is about 5 days ago. So I'll just run through some of the changes and show you the ones that I can. Okay, I'll just run through what the changes actually are and try and take it in turn to show you each change. So what I did is just take screenshots of the of what the changes are, as you can see, number 1 to 8 there, and then I'm going to go through 9 till 13. So that's the changes that came up. You can read this at your leisure. You can pause and have a nice look. There you go, 8 up there, up to 13. So those are the changes I'll run through. The other thing I just wanted to show you is that Gear Manager, the app itself, was also updated. And what it shows is this. So this is the Gear Manager, the app itself. Not much there, as you can see. Some cards pop up to tell you about stuff, as you can see. And that's it. So I'm going to run through the changes quickly, and then you can decide for yourself if it's any good. You can try them out, or if you're thinking of buying, you can see whether it's worth it or not. Alright, here we go. So the first one there is about watch faces. So there are some watch faces where you can, it says, you know, when I first read this, I was like, complications, what are they talking about? But I'll show you what it means. So some watch faces will do this, but not all. So I have an example and I'll show you this here. So currently I'm using the stock face here that you can see. And let me just lower that. And you can see in this face that if I go back, you can see I've got music there. That's the new thing. So you get play or pause. At least that's what I've found out. You can play and you can pause through there on the watch face. And how you put that on there, you can, of course, you can do this from the phone itself, but I would do it from, I like to do it from the watch. So if you press the button here that says stylize, and there you go, and now you can make your changes. So if you swipe, you see music is now highlighted. And you can change, if I got that wrong, yeah, you can change, it's lagging a bit. So you can see you can change that. So the new thing that Samsung have put on there is exactly that. You saw the music that was there before. Flows, heart rate, music. So that's the new thing that they've put on there. As I say, some watch faces will allow you to do that, some won't. And you can do this both from the watch and from the phone. So that's it. If I just click OK, and we're back. Okay. If we go back to the next one is Auto Barometer. I think this is a quick one. They've added auto refresh, which wasn't there before. Let me see if I can show you that as well. So if I go to here, and if I go, there it is, there's the icon there. So if I go in there, I'm hoping that if you swipe and you swipe again, you can see there that you have those options there. And if you go change, you can see auto refresh. So that's the new thing. And I have it deactivated, but you can, and the warning you're going to get is all about your data being sent to AccuWeather. So there you go. So after reading all that, if you're happy, you can activate, and obviously it will show here that it's activated. Okay, that's that. Let's go to the next one. So the next one there is number 3, which is Samsung Health. Now this took me a while because I was trying to find out what's new, but I think I found it, so I'll show you that and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. The HR zones. let me just show you that. So if you go into, today I went jogging, so we should be able to use that as an example. If I go into the S Health app and I go here, so is it here that I need to be? Yeah, so if I view the log, if I just click on the log there, you will see that I went running today, and if I click into that, that you used to have, so all these charts and all that information you used to have, but I think this is new. Vigorous, moderate, it tells you, it actually says 13 minutes was vigorous and 34 minutes, you can't see it properly there, but 34 minutes was moderate. So I think that's what's new. It will tell you about the zones, and that's all I could find here. The other thing is, while I was running, I could hear that the coach has improved. So they used to just, you know, say the bare minimum, like, you know, you've completed a mile and keep going. But I think there's more. They now give you tips as you run about how to keep your heart rate up, or not to exert yourself too much, or the best advice is that you don't abruptly stop after running for a long time. You have to sort of ease into it. So it looks like there's more into the advice that you're given while your coach is activated. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So number 4, I can't check, I'm afraid. Something's wrong with my S voice since I've updated the app. So what they're saying is you can now set the date and time when creating a reminder. You used to be able to set date and time, but you used to do it manually. But what they're saying is you could do it with voice. But my voice, my SS voice is not working. It's just saying, you know, you couldn't complete your request or something like that. I think there's something wrong with this version of S voice. So I'm not even going to try it. I'll leave it. Next one is news briefing. I'll show you what I think is the change there that I've seen. So, you know, you used to go into the Flipboard here. And you would pick the first thing that's come up. So what you used to get is you click on a story. So this is the story. Let me go one step back. So the stories are sort of here, and you can pick one or pick whichever ones you want to read, or read them all in order. You would click, and what you used to get is just a summary like that. Something's happened to the network. You used to get just a summary like that, but what I've noticed with these articles is that you now get a fuller article to read. So it's convenient, because it used to get, let me show you what it says at the end. It used to give you 1 or 2 sentences, and then you had to show on the phone. But now you can read the whole article before you actually get to showing on the phone. So that's really good, and it's convenient. Okay, let's go on to the next one. So the next one is text-to-speech. They've added an option there. I'll show you where it is in the settings, and then we'll move on to the next one. So, so I go back this way. You can press the button as well on the side, but I like to, pull down, and then that's the same as going back. So what are we looking for? Text-to-speech. So if I go into settings, and if I go input and speech, so you used to have input, you got text-to-speech. If you click into that, you get your language, you get your rate. I think you can actually check this out. So if I do slow,
this is an example of speech synthesis.
Or if I go back to normal,
this is an example of speech synthesis.
Okay, so you can check for updates, and you can choose your language as well. I think my default is there. So there you go. Let's see what's next on here. Find my phone, I think it is, but let's have a look. Or find my gear. So it says here they've added a new feature to display your contacts information on your gear if it gets lost. I have tried to find where this is in the actual gear and in the phone. I couldn't find it, so I'll give an update once I've done that. I don't know where that is. So number 8, you probably can see this better if I go to the next page. So number 8 is accessibility. So you can see they've added things in the direct access menu, which I never use, but I'll just show you where that is. Screen reader, accessibility, dark screen, all that has been added in, and I'll show you where it is. So we go back to the watch and we go back into settings, and I think it's right at the end somewhere here. And if you click into there, vision, hearing, text to speech is also here, but you got direct access, which I always have off. I don't really use. But if I scroll down, there's some things you will see there. Screen reader, you know, all these options that they say they've added, they are there. I don't use them, but just to show you where they are so you can try them out for yourself and to know that they're there. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Number 9 should be iOS. I haven't tried this out yet, but I'll be doing a video on the iOS. You will remember that I did a video on this and the experience wasn't good at all. The phone kept disconnecting Bluetooth wise to the Gear, and there was limited functionality, and when I say limited I mean bare. There was nothing. So we'll try that and see what the improvements are, and I'll do another video. Number 10, again, there's nothing to show you really, but actually it's just to auto switch between, if you've got say you got a Gear Fit, or you got Gear S2 or a Fit, you can just automatically sync those to the Gear now without being without any problems. So it looks like they made it smoother than what it was before, where you probably had to go through some long process. Okay, stopwatch. They say that they've increased that to 3 hours. Unfortunately, I don't use this stopwatch, but I'll show you what I use instead. So I tend to use the timer. I like this quite a lot actually. I use it quite a lot as well. So again, I like to swipe, and there's the timer. So I can use the timer, but if I wanted to really do stopwatch type things, I would just use this face. Where is it? This. So you will see that if I wanted to use a stopwatch here, all I do is just that, and you can see it's counting just like a stopwatch would, and I can come out of it, but actually I think you can stop and continue if you wanted to. So stop, continue, stop, and then you can come out. So I don't really use the stopwatch. For those of you that need 3 hours on it, you'll be happy to know Samsung have given you 3 hours. So let's go to the next one. So 12, internet to Gear. I mean, a lot of people have been, I was reading some, went through the profiles, what do you call them? The forums on the internet, just looking at what the comments were. Everyone's looking for this internet for Gear. Now, I don't know what that is. I still can't find it. Some people were saying, well, it's in the App Store. I've gone in the store, and the only internet browser that I could find is one that has been there for ages. It's not Samsung. It's a private developer. So I'm still unclear as to what this internet for Gear is. Please leave in the comments if you've got some idea, because I can't find it. Initially, I thought it's not actually a browser. I just thought it was a thing that enhances notifications from Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, which would help you if you clicked on them, would show you more information than just say go to your phone. But I can't find what this is. So yeah, please help. I'm not going to cover 13 because when I looked through those apps, I saw that a lot of these were already available. In fact, I think all of them. So I'm not sure what the change is, but again, tell me in the comments. So that's the updates really quickly. As you can see, I made some attempts to try and keep the video short because I know I can go on and on. I've been told that I go on quite a lot. So that's what I wanted to share. The other thing just to share with you was it's been 4 months since I've had my Gear. I'm trying to find where this so if you look here on next to 30 and 35, just in the middle there, you see that I've scratched my Gear. I've had it for 4 months, and that's the first scratch. The bezel is very easily scratched. I was at the swimming pool with my daughter and just sitting by the edge, and just moved my arm across and it rubbed on the edge of the swimming pool, and that's how I got that. So yeah, just to let you know, the screen is clear, it's fine. Those marks you can see are just I can rub them off, but that annoyed me, that scratch. So yeah, it does scratch very easily. The other things that I talked about already is dust accumulating here. I've actually cleaned mine, but I can actually see, you see that? Still, I can see that. But it's not all bad news. I mean, I'm hoping that things will improve. We hear that the Samsung are planning to launch LTE, another LTE Gear S3 classic version this time. So something is in the pipeline. Obviously, in the UK, we're not going to get any LTE versions. We're not going to get Samsung Pay as well over here. But good luck to those who are in the right places, who can get some of this good thing. And I have ordered the new Samsung Galaxy S8, and hopefully again that will come fully loaded, and that one day we'll get Bixby on the Gear as well. So we can only hope. So that's all I wanted to share. Let me know what you want me to check out in the comments, and I shall oblige. Thank you and have a good day.